It wasn't supposed to end this way. Why didn't he do something? This is not my fault. You led me on. You kept talking about the kingdom. Well, what kingdom were you talking about? This is the kingdom, not some wish in the sky. This earth, flesh and blood, something you can touch. This is the kingdom. Why wouldn't you understand that? I tried to make you see. Now was the time to act against Rome. We could have done something. I remember when Mary poured that perfume on your feet. What a waste. That perfume was worth a small fortune. We could have bought hundreds of men and weapons for the cause. But you wouldn't even consider it. No. You kept talking about turning the other cheek, about loving your enemies. Never. Never! Rome has subjugated my people long enough. But for the sake of our people, I really believed you could have made a difference. The people followed you, and you didn't have to say a word. You just show up and hundreds gathered around. And when you spoke, such authority, you could have said one word and raised an entire army. One word! I thought we were about to do that. When you rode into the city, the people went crazy. They were cheering, laying palm branches. They were even throwing money. We could have done something, but you wouldn't. You wouldn't. So I thought I could force your hand, pull you down from the clouds. It wasn't about the money. It was about taking back what was rightfully ours. It was about standing up to the Roman swine. If we could have done that, all the money we wanted, all the money we needed would have been ours. That's all I wanted. Why didn't he do something? He knew. He knew. When I embraced him in the garden, that moment of betrayal, when all of my false pretenses were laid bare, I know. He knew. And in that embrace, I felt such overwhelming sadness. But not for himself or what was coming, but for me. Why did he embrace me? Why so much compassion? No. I had to do it. He wouldn't see. It wasn't for me, it was for him. It was for all of us. Right? Isn't that right? It wasn't supposed to end this way. It wasn't supposed to end this way.
God, what do you want from me? What do you want? Oh, you would have done the same thing if you were in my place. What was I supposed to do? The threat was there for all of us. If they could come and take him, charge and convict him when he had done nothing, what would stop them from taking any of us? Well, I stood up for him. In the garden, when they came to take him, I stood up for him. You saw that, right? I took out my sword. I was ready to die for him. I wasn't aiming for that guy's ear. I was aiming for his head. And if Jesus hadn't stopped me, I would have. Maybe I could have. So why did I deny him? Why, when the servant girl asked if I knew him, did I say no? She was just a young girl. What could she do to me? Oh, I just felt fear. You've got to understand, everything was chaotic. What had started out as an incredible week, people cheering in the streets, waving branches and cheering Jesus' name, ended with those very same people jeering condemnation and calling for his blood. We just spent time at the Passover, and he was saying things and doing things that we didn't understand. He wanted to wash our feet. The master doesn't wash the feet of a servant, I said. No, you're not going to wash my feet. Jesus said, if I don't, then you don't belong to me at all. Well, I couldn't have that. Jesus was more to me than just a friend. He was my rabbi, my mentor. When I was around him, I felt alive. I felt like I could do anything. So why did I turn my back on him? Just when he needed me, I turned away. Help me understand. I've been in danger before. So why was today so different? Why did I feel so ashamed to be his friend? We just had dinner together. We spent the evening, and then he asked some of us to pray for him. Pray for what, Lord, I asked. For what is at hand, he stated. I just didn't understand. And then everything went out of control. In an instant, the garden was filled with people ready to arrest him. Soldiers from the high priest were there accusing him of something that he didn't do. Judas was the one who led them there. I knew something was up with him. He'd been gone from our group quite a bit the last few days. I asked him what was keeping him away. All he said was, money business. Money business. Now I remember. Jesus said one of us would betray him. It didn't make sense. One of us? Who would betray him? Now I know who. May he rot in hell. You don't betray a friend. You don't turn your back on... You don't turn your back on a friend.
My children, I'm here with you today, for my soul is deeply grieved. I've come to Gethsemane to pray. Will you stay? Will you keep watch with me? Tomorrow will hold its own despair, and the weak shall fall away. But God imparts hope to those in prayer. Will you pray? but I am still weary flesh of man, and I seek out your company to pray for my hour now and then. Will you keep watch? Will you keep watch? Show the willpower and pray for the hour with me. With me. With me.
Why would God send him? His followers insist it's true. Truth. What is the truth? It isn't always so clear. It's as elusive as liquid. Depends on one's perspective. His innocence was obvious. That is truth. I tried to get them to see truth, but he was sent to me. I didn't ask for the responsibility. The high priest wanted him taken care of. Why, I asked. He seems harmless enough. He claims to be the king of the Jews, they said. Are you the king of the Jews? Are you the king of the Jews? I demanded. And you know what he said to me? If you say so. 4 little words, and the responsibility is back on me. I was starting to wonder who was being judged here, this Jewish mystic or myself. Normally, I wouldn't give a second thought to a Jew, but this one was different. There was something in his eyes. I could hear it in his voice. My kingdom doesn't consist of what is seen around you, he said. I was born and entered this world to be witness to the truth. Those that care about the truth recognize my voice. And then he looked at me as if to say, do you hear my voice? It didn't matter if I did. The high priests were intent on killing him. Oh, I tried. 3 times I pronounced his innocence, but they would have none of it. You are no friend of Caesar's if you let this man go, they said. He was innocent. It was obvious. Normally, I wouldn't care about killing a Jew, but the truth is, I wanted to save his life. I didn't want to give the high priest any satisfaction, any illusion that they had influence over me. But they did. And then it dawned on me, if they wanted this man to die, let it be their responsibility. Let it be on their heads. Let them choose. I would be the benevolent one. I, as their generous procurator, would let a prisoner go. It was the Passover, after all. Who do you want? Jesus or Barabbas? Your king or this terrorist?
Give us Barabbas!
But why? What has this man done?
Barabbas! Barabbas!
Could it be that they really wanted me to release this criminal instead of this innocent man? What do you want me to do with Jesus? And, as if in unison, they screamed,
Crucify him! Crucify him!
What was I to do? Defy a mob? Reverse a judgment made by so many? A riot was imminent. So I had him whipped and presented to the crowd. Surely this would satisfy their lust for blood. But nothing would stem their anger. I was pushed to the edge of a cliff. Where do you come from? You realize that I can let you go, or I can take your life. You do not speak to me? I can take your life. Slowly he lifted his head and spoke. You have no power over me unless it has been given to you from above. His voice was weak, but as he spoke, I knew I had heard truth. He was taken away. Yes, it was by my orders, but not by my choice. I did my best to pardon him. And as he was led away, blood from his face dropped onto my hand. I had seen Jews bleed before, but it had never touched me. Days will pass and no one will remember him. He was just another Jew. Wasn't he? Tell me the truth.
I am a self-made man. I haven't relied on some generous benefactor or divine providence to determine my destiny. I determine my own destiny. To believe otherwise would be weakness. I've built my business by being smarter and faster than the next guy, and I bow to no one. That was until that day. That day started out like any other day. I was in town on business, a brief negotiation with a trading partner to send livestock and grain to northern Judea. Nothing major, buy, sell, life. I had finished our meeting and I was crossing the marketplace on my way out of the city when I noticed this commotion. Now, Jerusalem is usually a very quiet place. Seldom is there any civil unrest. Occasionally I would hear of eruptions by small bands of zealots trying to wrestle power from Rome, but I had never witnessed an incident in all my times there. My initial thought was, this must be one of those times. The anger in the crowd was strong. You could feel it. I kept watching and I noticed a man carrying a cross. The crowd was focused on him, yelling at him. Some spat on him and others screamed curses. A centurion prodded him along with a whip. As he got closer, I could see the man was covered with blood. And he had this hideous crown of thorns on his head that dug deeply into his scalp. He tripped and fell, and immediately an observer yelled, "What's wrong, Messiah? Burden too heavy?" And the crowd roared with laughter. Crack went the whip. "Get up, Jew," shouted the centurion. But the cross was too heavy, his body too broken. The whip cut through his back. "Get up and walk," demanded the soldier. He tried. "Do something, man," I was thinking. "Don't let this Roman pig continue to beat you. Stand up. Take the cross and use it for a weapon. Fight back." Move, shouted the guard, and another whip lanced his skin, and another, and another. Stop it, I shouted. Can't you see he can't carry it? Now the shouting stopped. All eyes were focused on me. Then you carry it, demanded the centurion. Did you hear what I said? You pick up that cross and you carry it up that hill, or you will join him on that hill. Now, I have never bowed to any man, no matter what their threats, no matter what the consequences. And I wasn't going to start now. What good is a man if he lives his life in fear, cowering in a corner? Yes, he has his life, but what good is that life? And as I began to respond, the man under the cross reached out his hand and touched mine. It was as if he knew what my response was going to be, and he wanted to save me from it. I looked down and I could see the pain in his face. I'm a hard man, but I'm not an unfeeling man. So many thoughts raced through my mind. What could all this be for? What had he done? He seemed like a gentle soul, not a criminal. There was no anger on his face. There was no desire for revenge against those who held his destiny. He needed help. He started to get up to continue his journey, and I saw him waver and begin to fall. So I reached out and I grabbed the cross. His cross. Now it hit me. He's going to die. Why? And with that thought screaming through my mind, he looked up at me and he breathlessly whispered, "For you. For you." Here I was thinking I was helping him, and he's saying that he's going through all of this for me. For me. He prophesied his resurrection after the third day. And if that's true, the world will never be the same. And he will change my destiny.
No! Oh God, no! Why are you doing this? God, why are you letting them do this? Rescue him from the hands of these bloodthirsty men! Oh God, no! Please, God, I beg you. I beg you, save him. Oh, God. God was love. Is that a crime? Oh, God, no. Please, God. Please. He's my son. My son. You warned me. In the temple. You warned me that this son you gave me would bring me much grief. I heard your words. I accepted them. But this is more than you asked. This is too painful, too hard. Why have you done this? Was I not a good mother? Did I not raise him in your ways? Am I being punished? Father, where are you? Where is your comfort? This wasn't part of your plan, was it? No. How could it be? How could a father deliver his son to death? This death. Take me instead.
I thirst.
He cries out to you. Do you not hear him? Have you walked so far away that you do not hear him? I don't understand. How can I trust?
Woman, behold your son.
I'm here for you. What can I do? If I could, I would take you down from there. Hold you in my arms like I did when you were a little boy. My son. My son.
My heart breaks at the sight of you, yet can't allow that everything I thought I knew was wrong somehow. Did not God provide your way? Does his hand not guide this day? Could promises God gave to me have led to this? Is no one here to help and see that there will miss? What they say of you are lies. Can't they see you through my eyes? I see you by the dawn's first rays. I hear you laugh, a child at play. My heart is with you every day. My life, my love, my son. I hold your hand and cool your brow. I long to hold you even now, to soothe away your pain somehow. I clench my fists and yell out loud that no wrong can be found in me. But they've no sense, this maddening crowd. They see what they are bound to see. I see you by the dawn's first rays. I hear you laugh, a child at play. My heart is with you every day. My life, my love, my son. I hold your hand and cool your brow. I long to hold you even now, to make this nightmare end somehow, to scream at what these men allow. You're right, they can't know what they've done. They've slain my love, my son. My son. My son. My son. My son. My son.
I defy you, you Roman filth! My name is Marcus Benjaru, and I'll see you in hell. They can take nothing from you if you don't give in to them. They're talking to you, King. Is it true? You do miracles? They say you do miracles. Want to get me off this cross, King? Want to get me off this cross? Oh, I'll make it worth your while. Anything you want. Together, we can twist the neck of this Roman scourge and set our people free. A free Palestine. What do you say?
I'm not sure. This wasn't supposed to happen. Yes. I took what didn't belong to me, but I'm not a traitor. I'm not a traitor. Jesus, right? That is your name, right? Talk to me, please. I've known you. I heard you once. Why? They called you Messiah. Why are you hanging on a Roman cross? I thought they loved you. They seem to. Jesus? Are you praying? What are you praying?
My God, why have you forsaken me?
What? I didn't understand you. Listen, don't give in to them. Spit in their faces. Last as long as you can. Stare them down. Make them fight for every piece of you. Give them nothing. Do you hear me? Out. Nothing. They want us to beg.
When you talk to your God, does he hear you? I need to know. Does he hear you?
You're an imposter! Oh, God! Blasphemers! Save yourself!
Are you listening to this? King. They're calling you an imposter. I guess they don't believe in you. No, I won't. Did you hear me? They think you're a fraud. Ouch. What's wrong, Messiah? Are they right?
Jesus, I think I heard you teach once. You told the people to love your enemies. Was that you? Was that
Father,
you?
forgive them. They don't know what they're doing.
No. Oh, no. You can't forgive them. No forgiveness. Curse them. I curse the ground they walk on.
How do you forgive? They're laughing. They're playing games for your garments. They want your life. They want my life. How do you forgive people who hate you?
You don't, King. Right? You fight back, King! King.
His name is Jesus.
Who cares what his name is? He smells of death. Just like you. Just like me.
Why do they hate you?
They hate him for the same reasons they hate you and me.
No, we deserve to be here. I need to know, are you the Messiah?
Does he look like one? Messiah? Prove you are who you say you are and save yourself. And save us while you're at it. Nothing. See? Nothing.
Don't you fear God?
I fear no one.
Even when you're dying, he has done nothing wrong.
Father, into your hands I give my spirit.
Jesus, please remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus.
My brother, I assure you, today you will be with me in paradise.
So he sent his son to save them. God
I am here for you, my Lord. I will not look away. My Savior, my friend. If I could, I would take your place. I would take the nails. I would take the taunting of ignorant men. I've heard them before. They were here before. I met you, but you found me. I had no hope. I was but a laugh on someone's lips, someone to use and forget. I had no name but shame. But you saw me when everyone else turned their eyes to avoid seeing me. You quietly turned and saw me. In my ugliness, I saw in your eyes beauty. In my dead soul, I found life. So I will not look away. My Lord, my Savior, my friend.
Tis finished, the Messiah dies, cut off for sins, but not his own. Accomplished is the sacrifice, the great redeeming work is done. The veil is rent in Christ alone, the living way to heaven is seen. The middle wall is broken down, and all the world may enter in. 'Tis finished, all my guilt and pain. I want no sacrifice beside. For me, the Lamb is slain. 'Tis finished, I am justified. The reign of sin and death is o'er, and all may live from sin set free. Satan has lost his mortal power, 'tis swallowed up in victory. Victory, victory, victory.
What a horrible couple of days. Watching Jesus die as I stood next to his mother. That's the hardest thing that I've ever done. I still can't believe it happened.
I still can't believe it happened. He's dead. He's really dead. What was this all about? We left everything to follow Jesus. Oh, don't get me wrong, it was unbelievable. So many amazing things happened these past 3 years. We witnessed so many things that we'd never seen before. We saw him.
He healed people. I saw it. He made the paralyzed walk and cured lepers of their diseases and made the blind see again. Why, he even raised Lazarus from the dead.
Lazarus, he was dead, and then he was alive. If I hadn't seen Lazarus with my own eyes, I will never have believed it. It was incredible being a follower of Jesus. He taught us so much. He changed my life. He changed everything. How can he be dead?
I know it all seems so hopeless, but I just don't think it's over. I can't really explain it, but there's this feeling of hope growing in my soul. It just seems like there's going to be something more. Some of the things that we heard Jesus say keep coming to my mind. Destroy this temple, and I will raise it up in 3 days. For as Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days, so it will be for the Son of Man. I didn't really know what he was talking about then. And I'm still not sure. But I don't think it's over.
Can it be over? Yes, it is over. Jesus was an amazing man, but he is dead. It's over. And I'm afraid if the rest of us don't get out of Jerusalem soon, it will be over for us as well. Those chief priests will be after us next. It's time to go home. It's over.
I just have this feeling. Oh, I know it seems so crazy, but I wonder what if when Jesus said that the Son of Man would be the center of the earth for 3 days, well, what if he meant that he would rise from the dead? I just have this feeling.
It's time to deal with the facts. Jesus is dead. That is a fact. He was crucified, and his body is in Joseph's tomb. That is a fact. We were followers of Jesus, but there's no more Jesus to follow. Dead people don't come back to life. Well, except Lazarus.
Lazarus of Bethany was dead, and Jesus brought him back to life. Destroy this temple, and I will raise it up in 3 days. What did he mean? Could he have meant
Okay, yes, Lazarus was dead. But Jesus isn't just dead. He was crucified. He was beaten and bloodied. They stuck a spear in his side. The centurion confirmed he was dead. Oh, sure, someone might claim to see Jesus alive again, but people can imagine pretty much anything. Not me. Unless I put my fingers in the nail holes in his hand, and unless I put my hand in his side, I will never believe. Never. It's over.
What a horrible couple of days.
but I just don't think it's over.
What a story. In 2,000 years of holidays and celebrations commemorating the birth and life and death of Jesus Christ and the resurrection, that empty tomb changed everything. The course of human history forever impacted by such a one as this. But it does raise some questions, doesn't it? What if this is not just a story? What if it is true? What if Jesus is who he claimed to be? God in the flesh. And why would Almighty God become flesh and blood and then die for us? For me. In those words on the cross that Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why would God the Father turn his back on his Son? And what is the it in it is finished? The characters you saw tonight here portrayed were actual people, and they all had an encounter with Jesus, and they all had to answer for themselves the question, who is this guy? For that thief on the cross, the answer to that question determined his final destination. Because Jesus said, today you will be with me in paradise. What about you? Why are you here tonight? In a very real sense, you've also had an encounter with Jesus, and you must answer the question, Who is he? And your answer will determine your final destination. You see, God has made you and me in his image for the purpose of enjoying a relationship with him forever. But our preferences for other things and our sinful, rebellious pursuit of those things have broken that relationship and have separated us from God. And if we continue on that path, we will get exactly what we have chosen: separation from God forever. When Jesus was on that cross and he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" It was because all the sin of all humankind for all time was laid on Jesus. And a holy God cannot be in the presence of sin. So the Father had to turn away. Jesus experienced the separation from God that sin causes so that we don't have to. The "it" in "it is finished" is our salvation that Jesus accomplished once and for all. The result, you and I don't have to work for our salvation. It's a gift of God's grace, freely available to all who would accept it. All you have to do is acknowledge that your sin will separate you from a holy God, and then to accept what Jesus did on that cross for yourself. Think about it. If it were even possible for us to be able to work or perform our way into God's favor, to be religious or to somehow have our good deeds outweigh our bad deeds, why would Jesus have had to die? That, of all things in this story, doesn't make any sense at all. God has said that he has appointed set places and times for each one of us in order that we may seek him and to perhaps find him. You've been a witness tonight of several individuals' divine appointment with God in the person of Jesus. Some of them embraced him. Others rejected him. What will you do? Yes, lots of questions for the thoughtful person to mull over and to wrestle with. And I leave you with one more. What if you have been divinely appointed to be in such a place as this, on such a night as this, to ponder such important truths as these, in order that you would reach out and embrace such a one as this?